Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about some topics in Unit 6, right? Your Unit 6 is that is test and measurement in sports, right? There are various types of tests in physical education by which we can detect the physical fitness of a person, right? In your syllabus there are 3 tests by which we can detect whether you are fit or unfit, whether you are eligible for sports or not, right? So today we are going to discuss about your first test in physical education or in sports, that is called the motor fitness test. The motor fitness test. This test is also called the upper youth fitness test. Upper, double AHPER. It is also called the upper youth fitness test. Upper is denote to, that is American Alliance of Health, Physical Education and Recreation. That is called the upper. This test was developed in 1947 by American Alliance. This test was developed in 1947 by American Alliance to detect about the physical fitness of school-going children, physical fitness of youth, or motor physical fitness of the school-going children. This test was developed in 1947. This test consists of 7 test batteries or 7 test items. This test consists of 7 test items, right? This test conducted on the ground, right? As you know that this is a physical fitness test. So there are 7 batteries in this motor fitness test. Your first test battery or test item of this test, that is called the 50-meter dash or 50-meter starting dash. In 50-meter dash, through 50-meter dash, we have to measure the speed of the individual. We have to measure the strength of lower extremities or lower body part. We have to measure the strength of your lower body part like your legs. Through 50-meter dash, we have to measure speed and the strength of your lower body part or strength of your legs. Right? In this, the individual or students stand behind the line, behind the marked line, in the standing position, right? Body should be straight. And on the command go or on the whistle, the student have to run with full speed up to 50 meter or up to 50 yard with full speed and complete this 50-meter dash in minimum possible time. Complete this item or test in minimum possible time. Now the question is here, how the score will given to the individual or the student. In this, those students who complete 50-meter dash or 50 yard nearest to the 10th of a second will pass the test, or within 10 seconds that student will pass the test. Those students who take more than 10 seconds, he or she may be fail in this test. It means their fitness, their speed and strength in the legs is bad. So that is all about the first test item or first test battery of that is upper youth fitness test. Now come to the second item or second battery, that is called 600-meter walk or run. 600-meter walk or run. This test is to measure the cardiovascular endurance of the student, of the individual. Cardiovascular endurance or the aerobic endurance. Through this test, we can measure the cardiovascular endurance of the individual. that how much capacity you have to do the work for longer duration. That is also called the aerobic endurance. The endurance which is doing for longer duration in the presence of oxygen, without any fatigueness, without any tiredness, that is called the cardiovascular endurance. The endurance, the activity which is doing for longer duration, without any tiredness, without any fatigueness. Through this 600-meter walk or run, we can measure the endurance or cardiovascular endurance or aerobic endurance. We can measure this, right? You can walk or run, both. Either you can walk or either you can run. If you walk, you have to walk with speed. Okay, if you have to run, run slowly. So in this second item, you have to stand behind the line and on the command go, you have to walk or run and complete 600 meter in minimum possible time. Whether you walk or whether you run, you have to complete this in minimum possible time. Time is noted in minutes and seconds will be the score of this test. Time is noted in minutes and seconds will be the score of this test. That is the second test item, that is called the 600-meter walk or run. Right. Now come to the third test item, that is called push-ups for boys and modified push-ups for girls. Through these push-ups or modified push-ups, we can measure the muscular endurance of the individual, muscular endurance of the student. Through these push-ups or modified push-ups for girls, we can measure the muscular endurance of the students or muscular endurance of the individual. That is called the push-ups, that is third test item in our youth fitness test. In this, boys have to do push-ups for 1 minute. They give the 1 minute. Examiner will give 1 minute for push-ups. Take the pro-lying position. Hands, through hands you have to uplift your body, up your body. Your toes should be on the ground. By the help of your hands, you have to raise your body. Then down your body. Then raise your body. Then down your body. Mostly you all have done the push-ups. Mostly students know about the push-ups. Right? So you have to do the push-ups. The examiner will give 1 minute for push-ups and you have to do maximum number of push-ups. In 1 minute will be the score of this test. Maximum number of push-ups you have to perform. Right? For girls, they are modified push-ups. The difference is here only, the girls overlap their legs or cross their legs. The legs should be overlap each other. Only this is the difference in modified push-ups. Other position is same. The girl's leg will be overlap on each other, right? And they have to do the maximum number of push-ups in 1 minute will be the score of this test. The position is same, only in the girls they just twist their legs or over their legs each other. Only that is the difference. This test measure the muscular endurance. This test to measure the muscular endurance and strength of your shoulders. Right? So that is all about the third test item. Now come to the fourth test item of this fitness test, that is called standing broad jump. Standing broad jump. You have to do in sandpit, right? You have to mark the line. You have to mark the line and you have to stand behind that marked line. right? Try to swing your arms, bend your knees, swing your arms and bend your knees, and try to jump as much as you can. Your legs should be parallel. While you are jumping on the pit, your legs should be together, legs should be parallel. This is very important. Okay, 2 chances will be given, the best will be counted. This test is to measure the explosive strength of your legs. This test, that is standing broad jump, is to measure the explosive strength of your legs. This will measure the strength of your legs. The measurement from the mark line to the last landing point, we have to measure the distance in inches and feet will be the score of this test. Right? So that is all about the test item 4, standing broad jump. Now come to the test item 5, that is called the partial curl ups. Partial curl ups. It is like same to sit-ups. This is performed just like sit-ups, but there is a difference, right? In partial curl-ups, you have to take the lying position, bend your knees, your hand, your palm and your hand should be touches on the ground, fully touches on the ground, and you have to try to lift your upper body part, upper extremities towards your knees, near to your knees. Do this continuously for 1 minute. The number of partial curl-ups, the maximum number of partial curl-ups will be the score of this test. Okay, you have to take the lying position, you have to bend your knees, hand should be on the ground, palm touches on the ground, your hands, both hands should be touches on the ground, and try to raise your upper body part towards your knees, near towards your knees. Do this, repeat this for 1 minute. Maximum number of partial curl-ups will be the score of this test. This test is to measure the abdominal strength. Through this test, we can measure that how much strength present in your abdomen muscles. It is measure the strength of your abdominal muscles or strength of your abdomen. Right? So through this test, we can measure this. Now, come to the 6th test item, that is called 4 into 10 shuttle run. This test item is called 4 into 10 shuttle run. In this, we have to mark a distance of 10 meters or 10 yards. Mark 2 line, starting line or ending line, right? Of 10-meter distance, right? A student told to stand on marked line, and there will be a wooden duster put on the line, 2 wooden duster, and told the student you have to run with speed and pick the duster and put on the other line, opposite line. Again they have to run and pick the duster and put that duster on the end line. Right? Like this, you have to do the shuttle run. You have to run with your full speed and pick the duster and put on the opposite line. Then again you have to run fast, pick the duster and put on the opposite line. So like this, you have to do this shuttle run. Right? This shuttle run is to measure the speed and coordination speed or coordinative ability, speed or agility. Through this test, we can measure the speed and coordination. At the time of running with full speed, how you pick the duster, how you put the duster at right place, that is called the coordination. Right? At the time of running with full speed, how you remember that where I put, how I pick the duster and where I put the duster. That is the coordination. That is called the coordinative abilities. Okay? Now, we can measure this by the coordination or speed by 4 into 10 shuttle run. Understand? Right. Now, come to the last test item that is called the sit and reach test. This is the last test item of your motor fitness test, that is alpha use fitness test. This is the last test item. Okay. In this last test item, that is called the sit and reach test. This test is to measure the flexibility, especially the lower flexibility, lower body flexibility. This can measure the flexibility of the individual. In this, there will be a wooden block. There will be a wooden block, 12 by 12 inches, right? And there is a ruler. Student told to sit with straight leg, and their feet should be touched on the wooden block. Their feet should be touches on the wooden block. Right? And student told try to stretch their hands as much as he or she can. While sitting position, stretch legs. They have to stretch their both hands in front of the box as much as he or she can on the given box. The measurement, the distance will be taken in centimeters and inches, will be the score of this test. That is called the sit and reach test. Student, this test is also in your practical, right? So, if school will open, then definitely we will conduct this test on the ground, right? Otherwise, I will send you the video of this practical also. Okay? So you can understand this practical very easily. Now, this is all about the first topic of Unit 6. I hope understand the topic.